Where are you? We have some work to do
So
now.
what you're looking at here is the Tam 2 IP. This is a very interesting vehicle within War Thunder because for some reason, I feel like this thing is either no armor, best armor, or there's something fishy about this tank because for some reason, it just takes so many shots to actually kill this thing sometimes, especially whenever like you'll have an APFSDS just go completely through you and pretty much no spalling. The thing about this vehicle is it's pretty much a better variant of the one in the tech tree being the Tam. So this thing is also 8.7, they're both 8.7, but this thing only gets access to DM33, while this Tam 2 IP, which has add-on armor, also gets access to DM33, which is just a completely better shell whenever it comes to everything. The thing about the Tam that I don't like about it so far from playing it is the zoom on the cannon. It kind of feels like you have to pixel peek, and especially since this thing doesn't have thermals, you're kind of just having to, kind of zoom in with your own eyeballs to find enemies at long range. This thing overall to me is probably a very good grinder within the game. The one reason I haven't picked it up for a permanent unlock is basically because I don't really need it because I already have other vehicles within a tech tree of Germany to grind out the tech tree itself. But yeah, I really do like this thing. It really is fun, and probably once there's like a 50% or maybe even like another 30%, I definitely will be picking up the Tam 2 IP. So now let's go on to the gameplay. So yeah, what we got here is we got the good old Tam 2 IP. This is a vehicle in War Thunder that I've been wanting to get for a pretty long while now. The only thing about it is that I really don't need it because it's mainly a vehicle I would say is for grinding within War Thunder. But, it is just better than the other Tam, which is also 8.7. This thing has DM33, which is very equivalent to like the 120's DM23. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of hesitant if I want this thing. It doesn't have thermals, so you do not get the luxury of being able to spot people from very far away. But you do get a very good pinning round, which should make this thing pretty reliable to kill a lot of things within War Thunder. But the one thing for me, at least, I've noticed on a Tam a ton is just the survivability of this thing. This thing can take rounds. Sometimes it can take more than I think it should ever take in the game. The zoom on this thing definitely feels a little bit of a problem because you're kind of having to like pixel peek in a way. I don't know if it's just because this thing has like no armor or if it's just the fact of this thing is just busted. Because War Thunder has had a very huge track record with those sort of premiums within the game, like the IS-6, where really it's not supposed to be surviving that type of stuff. It's just busted within the game. And maybe that's what's happening with the Tam 2 IP. Is because like it happens a lot for some reason. Not just like that. Like why am I able to like bounce that? It seems so weird. Also, our team is just, I don't even know what's happening here. I mean, look at this. This is insane. I mean, what's even happening here? I'm so confused. So yeah, I'm not really sure if this thing is just busted whenever it comes to its damage model, but I don't know, from facing this thing a ton where they just like eat rounds and sometimes even like the frontal like portion of this tank, like you got the engine, which is going to like give you enough armor to stop like majority of the rounds that you'll see, especially in like a down tier, like APDS as well as Heat FS. So you just get your engine knocked. But this like turret, since the design of it's so angular, like it's going to make it where you bounce a lot of stuff as well. So I don't know, this thing's very odd, very interesting, and very good within War Thunders. It's not surprising that a lot of people prefer this thing over even like the Leopard 2 and as well as the Leopard L44, just because it is a lower BR and you're able to use it a little bit better. I really wish we didn't have to deal with helicopters, man. Can we just ban helicopters, please? Like I don't have to waste my time doing that. So here, what are we going to do about this Chinese tank? He's a little bit worrying. I kind of just want to move away right now so he doesn't hear my engine. So I'm able to be kind of like sneaky in a way. So we just move way away. Let's go and capture A, see if we can get it. Then move towards their spawn. So, I mean, this thing does have the attack drones and everything, so you can use it to your advantage of, you know, spotting things as well as going after, you know, annoying helicopters that might have ATGMs or something like that. But for me, at least, I don't know, I don't really use the attack drone that often. Kind of feel like it's a very gimmicky thing whenever it comes to War Thunder. Sometimes it'll work well, sometimes it won't. You just kind of have to kind of decide on what's going to happen. Get that 69-2G out of here, because that thing's a huge threat to this game. Alright, so bad thing, our reload is now lower, so that's kind of bad. A lack of thermals is kind of annoying, because you can't just quickly clear something. Like, you can't quickly just look and see if someone's in this area. Which is kind of a sucky, but it is what it is. Okay, we got a CM25 coming about. We did get his gun, which is good. Thing's got a ton of armor in it, though. Or not a ton of armor, a ton of crew. I wish I didn't have to put that many shots into you, but it, yeah, kind of is what it is at this point. Alright, so they still got a ton of crew. Alright, yeah, we can maybe go for nuke. Maybe. Just maybe. Alright, so they're capturing Bravo. Ow. All right, good. Someone got the heli down. That could have been bad for us. Really don't want us to get a nuke, do they? All right, yeah, okay. So he's over there. There's one to my right as well. So when you use this thing's armor to move around. Why is there a T-32 in a fucking corner? Out of like all things, why is there a T-32 there?